For centuries, we've looked up at the night sky and seen this gorgeous jewel, a peaceful, golden giant with this perfect little halo of light just floating silently in the dark. We called it beautiful. But as we're going to uncover in today's explainer, beauty can be the ultimate trap. Because the truth, Saturn is not peaceful. It is a violent, monstrous colossus. We are talking about a massive ball of hydrogen and helium spinning with such chaotic, terrifying fury that its own centrifugal force literally flattens it out. It bulges at the equator, squashing into the shape of a pumpkin. So today, we're going to dissect the anatomy of this cosmic monster. We're going to dive deep into the horrifying physics that actually govern its existence, and trust me, it's going to get dark.
Think about this for a second. If you were to somehow capture the electromagnetic waves radiating off Saturn and convert them into sound, you would not hear some serene, heavenly hum. No way. You would hear a terrifying, alien wail. That is the actual radio emission of Saturn, just screaming into the void of space. It's a massive reality check, right? It immediately shatters that whole illusion of the peaceful golden planet. We aren't looking at a tranquil world here. We're looking at a hostile, violent environment where the physical laws of nature are pushed to their absolute, horrifying limits.
Okay, let's dive into part 1, the Lord of Chaos. And that brings us right into part 2, Graveyard of a Shattered Moon.
So, Saturn isn't just a gas giant, it's a chaotic engine of destruction. Literally every feature that makes it iconic is the result of violent physical processes, crazy extreme temperatures, and a gravitational pull so cruel it actually rips entire worlds apart. Let's look at its most famous feature, the rings. Now, from Earth, they look like these solid, smooth bands of pure gold. But if you were to actually fly inside them, that illusion vanishes instantly. You'd find yourself caught inside a relentless, violent grinder. The scale of this blizzard is horrifying. You've got icy fragments zipping around that range from the size of a grain of sand to massive, jagged mountains. And get this, the sheer dimensions of this storm are mind-bending. It stretches nearly 300,000 kilometers wide, but in some places, it's incredibly, almost impossibly thin, like only 10 meters thick. Think about that. It is essentially a giant, razor-thin blade of ice shrapnel slicing through the darkness of space.
So where did all this violence even come from? Well, the physics of planetary ring formation here isn't just some peaceful gathering of space dust. The prevailing theory is that it's a cosmic murder scene. Here's how it goes down. Step 1. Long ago, a moon, maybe as big as Titan, wanders just a little too close to the planet. Step 2. It crosses this terrifying invisible boundary called the Roche limit. That's the exact point in orbital physics where a planet's tidal forces totally overcome the moon's own self-gravity. Step 3. Fatal gravitational shredding. Saturn's gravity basically grabbed this moon and literally ripped its crust from its core. Step 4. It shredded a living world into trillions of icy fragments. So those beautiful rings we all admire, they aren't jewelry. They are the scattered guts of a dead moon. We are literally staring at a planetary graveyard.
Which leads us to part 3, Nightmares of Fluid Dynamics. Moving inward from the icy graveyard of the rings to the actual planet itself, we enter a realm that is basically a fluid dynamic nightmare. Here's the thing you need to know. Nature hates straight lines. The science of fluid dynamics dictates that liquids and gases in motion, especially rotating atmospheric storm systems, should basically only ever create circles and spirals. That's just how the physics work. But Saturn completely defies these natural laws. It harbors a geometric scar on its surface that makes absolutely zero sense to our earthly intuition. Just look at this unnatural geometry. Spinning forever at Saturn's North Pole is a perfect hexagon. And this isn't just some neat little symbol. It is a massive six-sided hurricane wide enough to swallow 4 Earths whole, 4 of them. The walls of this storm reach hundreds of kilometers deep into the planet's thick atmosphere. And at the very center of this geometric nightmare is a massive vortex. It's this deep red spinning maw that kind of looks like a rose made entirely of hurricanes. It's been raging for decades, maybe even centuries, just staring unblinkingly out into the void like a giant demonic eye. And you know what? That is just its everyday state. When Saturn gets angry, the entire planet transforms. Roughly every 30 Earth years, which is about 1 Saturnian year, this absolute monster of a storm wakes up. We call it the Great White Spot. This storm system is so unfathomably huge that it wraps around the entire circumference of the planet. It churns up these bright white clouds of ammonia ice from deep within the planet's interior, turning the whole golden sphere into this pale ghost. And the lightning? Ugh, The lightning flashes with a power 10,000 times stronger than anything we experience here on Earth. 10,000 times. It's a terrifying reminder that right beneath those calm-looking golden clouds lies a chaotic engine of heat and energy that is just waiting to explode.
All right, let's move out a bit for part 4, toxic air and bleeding ice.
Let's shift our focus outward again, because Saturn commands this huge entourage of over 140 moons. But keeping with our dark cosmic horror story, we're going to look at the absolute most deceptive and terrifying worlds trapped in its orbit. Titan is one of the most fascinating. It's basically an imposter. See, it's the only moon we know of with a thick atmosphere. The air pressure there is actually higher than on Earth. From space, it might look a bit like home. You see rivers, lakes, and rain clouds. But look closer. It is a twisted, toxic reflection of Earth. That rain isn't water. It is liquid methane and ethane falling from the sky in slow motion because of the low gravity. And the temperature is a bone-chilling minus 79 degrees Celsius. If you jumped into a lake on Titan, you wouldn't just freeze, you would shatter like glass. And those rolling dunes you see, they aren't sand. They are dark, shifting, static-charged plastic dunes hundreds of meters high. It's a world that convincingly mimics life, but the whole shebang is built entirely from the ingredients of death.
Then, further out, lies Enceladus, this tiny, bright ball of pure white ice. For years, astronomers thought it was just another dead, frozen rock. But then we discovered the tiger stripes, these long, deep blue fractures slicing right across its south pole. And from these scars, the moon literally bleeds. I'm serious. It shoots giant geysers of water vapor hundreds of kilometers out into space at supersonic speeds. Why does it do that? Because Saturn's massive gravity is mercilessly kneading this tiny moon like a ball of dough. That intense physical process creates immense internal friction, which actually keeps the moon's core warm. So, beneath that thick, frozen shell lies a global ocean of warm liquid water, an ocean containing salt, heat, and organic molecules. Down in the deep, dark pressure of Enceladus, completely shielded from the vacuum of space, something might actually be swimming. We went out to Saturn looking for gas and rock, and we might leave having found neighbors.
Which brings us to our final section, Part 5, a violent, temporary masterpiece.
To uncover all these incredible, terrifying secrets, a sacrifice had to be made by our own mechanical messengers, and it gave us definitive proof that the Lord of Chaos shows zero mercy. Just look at the timeline of the Cassini spacecraft. For 13 years, it faithfully studied this monster. But in 2017, the spacecraft was running out of fuel. To protect those pristine, potentially life-harboring moons, like Enceladus, from any earthly contamination, NASA had to make a really tough choice. They ordered Cassini to commit suicide. On its final orbit, it was literally commanded to dive straight into the atmosphere of the very monster it had spent over a decade studying. It fought so hard to keep its antenna pointed at Earth, desperately transmitting data until the very last second, but Saturn just tore the robot apart. The immense atmospheric pressure and sheer heat melted and vaporized Cassini, making it part of the planet forever.
It's super easy to look at Saturn and think of it as this eternal, unchanging fixture of our night sky. But it's not. Even the rings are dying. Right now, gravity is violently and relentlessly pulling the rings down into the planet in a process we call ring rain. This deadly masterpiece of ice and rock, it will be entirely gone in just 100 million years. Now, that might sound like a long time to us, but in the grand scale of cosmic time, that is a mere blink of an eye. After that, Saturn will just be another lonely, ringless gas giant floating in the dark. So you better look at it while you can, because it really is just a temporary masterpiece of gravity and violence. Which leaves us with a pretty provocative thought to wrap up this explainer. When you look up at the night sky from now on, will you still see a peaceful, golden jewel? Or will you see it for what the physics absolutely prove it to be? A violent, deadly trap that lured us all the way across the solar system, only to show us how incredibly small and fragile we really are. Make no mistake, the most beautiful thing in our sky is a terrifying engine of chaos and death. Keep that in mind the next time you look through a telescope. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, keep asking questions.